Okay, welcome everyone. Tonight we're going to be sharing with you what the healthcare professionals learned when they were at the American Nutraceutical Conference, which we just had here in Indy. You know, we used to have these conferences on a regular basis, and then there have been a few years where we have not. And I was thrilled when they announced that they were going to be doing this, because it makes it so much easier for us to be able to invite our healthcare professionals to join us when they're able to get CME credit, and it also lends an extra level of credibility. So I'm just going to introduce my husband here, Dr. John Saran, double boarded internal medicine specialty here in the Naperville area, and he's going to share a little bit about what was learned in Indy.
Okay, so first of all, this was on October 19th on a Thursday morning, called Nutraceuticals and Medicine Conference, and it was amazingly cheap. Because Juice Plus self-sponsored it, it was only $149, and that included the $100 ticket to Juice Plus. So net, only $50 for 5 hours of CME is unbelievable. Something like this would normally cost us doctors about $500. So it was amazing.
Or nurses or chiropractors. Or
they were all invited. There were over 500 people. That is much larger than the older conferences. There would be around 100 to 150 people. So there was an overwhelmingly positive response to this. They actually had to stop some of the administration because the room would just simply not hold anymore. But there were fantastic speakers, and it started out with Dr. Mark Messina, Messina. He's a PhD out of Loma Linda University, California. He's considered one of the world's experts on soy. He's spoken in over 40 countries, has published hundreds and hundreds of articles, and I'll post you one of the last reviews on Facebook or Voxer for you to read. But his title was Soy and Health, Proposed Benefits and Issues of Concern. So he was here to mainly talk about the benefits of soy, and let's remember that there is soy is just one of many proteins in the complete shakes, and it's also present in the chocolate bar. It is not present in the gummies, in any of the capsules, the omega, nor in the cherry bar. So again, one of many proteins. But he went on to present evidence, and in his review, there are hundreds of citations that back up his claims that soy helps the heart by reducing LDL cholesterol, it reduces blood pressure, it helps dilate the arteries of your heart, that endothelium, that inner lining we talked about, so important. It helps with bone health, and it actually reduced risk of breast cancer, especially in young women. He was a real strongly a proponent. There are 2 studies from the US, 2 studies from China, that soy given to teenage girls will cut their risk of getting breast cancer anywhere from 20 to 60%. So that's in the developing, as they're going through puberty and developing, they develop a breast cancer resistant situation. And soy does also help in adulthood, but most of the benefits are the younger you are. And as far as if you have known cancer, there was a recent meta-analysis of 5 studies taken together which showed soy given to people with known breast cancer, very strong studies that they reduce their risk of dying and recurrence of cancer. There are similar benefits in uterine cancer. He did some citations for men and the prostate cancer, and I was quick to mention it at a similar talk I just did for Guy Debord and the men's talk, and I'll give you a reference to that at the end as well. But for the men of the group, they were very interested in the fact of its benefit with prostate cancer, kidney, menopausal symptoms, mental health, and skin. And he actually presented a lot of evidence that debunked the myths, such as the effect on thyroid, for example. Some people have read, well, it interferes with thyroid. Well, the only thing that can be said really is if soy taking with thyroid medication. There are many, many things, antacids, antibiotics, just about any medication you take with a thyroid supplement may interfere with the absorption. So there's no problem with soy and thyroid, as long as if you're on a thyroid supplement, make sure you take it on an empty stomach and not close to the soy. But it's not a problem with the soy itself. It's really so many things interfere with that. And again, there are a couple of things you may see on the internet and blogs, and so many of these myths are based on animal studies or blogs or hearsay about male feminization, for example, all just hogwash. And when institutions like the American Cancer Society, the American Institute of Cancer Research, the World Cancer Research Fund, the European version of the FDA, all these huge bodies have looked at soy, especially in women, and found it to be not only safe. And even if you stretch it, soy then is more of an anti-estrogen. But if you really look at the data of estrogen, in fact, I won't go into it except that the World Health Initiative, Women's Health Initiative, sorry, showed that actually women on estrogen had reduced, this is estrogen now, had reduced risk of breast cancer. So even estrogen is controversial for for breast cancer, let alone soy, which actually has been shown to reduce breast cancer incidence in many studies. So that was very helpful. And then it went on to Lisa Wood is a PhD, and this was her talking out of Newcastle, Australia University, and she went over one of the Juice Plus studies. So out of the 5 speakers, 4 were totally independent. 1 speaker did go over the Juice Plus study, and that was Dr. Lisa Wood. She was fantastic in explaining how Juice Plus in her studies, when given to overweight individuals, really affected what's called epigenetics, and how that affected over 1,600 genes by reducing cholesterol, chronic inflammation, and did that by affecting and helping turn on those good genes and turning off some of those bad genes. That was very, very important. The 3rd speaker was really an icon in the medical world. His name is Dr. Caldwell Esselstyn. So he's a cardiovascular surgeon from Cleveland Clinic, and he spent most of his life doing heart surgery. And he got sick and tired of doing bypasses on patients for their heart disease, knowing that he was just fixing the results of all their bad choices. So he walked away from his busy, successful surgical practice at the Cleveland Clinic, started his own clinic for heart patients using diet. And although you may hear of things like the Mediterranean diet, sure, reduces the risk of heart disease, but people still get heart disease even on the Mediterranean diet, or even of the average vegetarian diet reduces your risk of heart disease, yes. But Dr. Esselstyn diet is the only diet scientifically proven to reverse heart disease, not just prevent, not slow it down, totally reverse. He showed angiograms before and after of blockages in the heart, a very strict plant-based diet, and that's how it applies to what we teach with Juice Plus. But even a much more strict plant-based diet than most people are on actually shows improvement, reversal of some of those blockages just on diet alone. Amazing results, but again, supporting our teaching that a plant-based diet is the way to go. The 4th speaker was Dr. Chen. He's a PhD from Tufts, and Tufts is one of the nation's leading universities for aging. And he talked about metabolome and metabolomics, and how it's interesting that some people, for example, and we see this when we talk to people, they can eat a cookie, for example, and and their blood sugar doesn't even go up. And other people, they just look at a cookie and their blood sugar goes up. So each of us are different in the way our metabolism works. And you talked about in the future, we'll be able to stage that our differences between people and really key in certain nutrition things that are better for some people and not better for others. So that was just very interesting in terms of that. So the 5th and last speaker was Dr. Parker. She was a PhD and a dietitian from University of Maryland, and she talked about the aging society. Right now, people over the age of 65 is about 15% of the population. By the year 2060, in the years ahead, it's expected to double from 15% to 30%. So that's almost a third of the whole United States population will be 65 and over. That's huge, this thing. So she just said the importance with the aging society and seniors, how very important it is to be on a plant-based diet, and showed some of these statistics about that. So 5 speakers, 5 hours of credit was fantastic, and all the doctors love it, and we actually got, here's my certificate for attendance, and that's really good. So make sure you use this as a great way to invite your healthcare professionals, be the doctors and nurses and pharmacists, dietitians, etc. I believe that they didn't say exactly, there was no mention of the next one, but it was such a success. The word on the streets is that it will be repeated again in the fall conference. So probably not in April, but probably just once a year, and that would be the next fall conference, which has to be in Tampa in October of 18. So again, keep that in the back of your mind when you're starting to invite healthcare professionals. I imagine they're going to make it bigger and better than ever before. So in addition to this Zoom call being recorded, I gave similar information at the men's call. So just so you know, I see most of the people on the call are ladies. You are certainly invited to listen in on any of the men's call, 4th Wednesday of the month. The phone number call-in is 641-715-3276. PIN number you got to do is 405-576-pound. That's to listen to the live call. But let me give you the replay, because all of these are categorized on the Campbell Team website. So that's a huge resource. Don't forget www.campbellteam.net. Password is Campbell Team. And you click on the Monday night series and men's call series. You'll see recorded many of these men's calls, and they're very, very impactful. This last one, last week or so, was with myself and Guy DeBoe talking about the conference. Now for the replay, that's the replay for the calls already done. 641-715-3372 and in 405-576-pound. And then you press pound again to listen to the last call. And you'd be able to hear my men's call, which I talked very similar information as today. But we'll put these information, Jan's not here right now, but we'll put this information on Facebook page or our Zoom call and post it for you. But in passing, I just wanted to, I came across a quick YouTube, and many people listen to science, but so many people are enamored by the TV. If you hear it on TV, it must be correct. So it was fun when we were talking about soy. Dr. Messina talked about a Dr. Christy Funk, F-U-N-K, and she's a Beverly Hills physician who many of you may have heard her name because she was taking care of the very famous movie star Angelina Jolie. And everybody knows about the things she went through with breast cancer. So here I want you to just take a little clip. This is from approximately a month ago, here it is, October 3rd, 2017, on Good Morning America. Dr. Christy Funk, this is Angelina Jolie's breast cancer doctor. So if some of your clients or customers won't listen to science, let's listen to TV and personalities. And what she has to say now is based on science. And you'll hear some things regarding soy you're going to want to share with your customers.
Who are diagnosed, no family history, but we're always told about heredity.
Exactly.
Why is that such a myth?
Okay, so it is a myth. If you look at everybody, only 90 to 95% of people don't, any family history, or it's from an inherited genetic mutation, BRCA or BRCA. So, got 85% of the people with not a single relative with breast cancer. So 5 to 10% we can blame on 5 to 6% over here is just crazy bad luck, like getting caught in a mass shooting. We don't understand it. 80 to 90%, we understand. 7 million invasive breast cancers being diagnosed globally this year. I promise you, over 1 million of them.
Right.
I know how to control and prevent.
Well, let's talk about that, because you're going to help us do that. Because some of it starts with our side as we look at these beautiful people in pink.
Oh, yes!
Come on over, Dr. Funk. And show diet.
It begins with the diet. Diet, nutrition, exercise, obesity, alcohol. There's so much stuff that being controlled. The caked superhero of all superfoods is broccoli. The isocyanates in all of these cruciferous vegetables, so broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, are absolutely masterminds at seeking and destroying cancer cells.
Okay.
Moving on, berries. So I love, yes, antioxidants in berries, blueberries, raspberries, blackberries. These things are free radical scavengers. So believe it or not, berries make cancer cells commit suicide. It's called apoptosis. I blend a cup a day into a shake. Frozen berries release the polyphenols faster, so it's one of the foods that's better frozen. What else do I put in the shake? Some amazing superfoods you may not have heard of. So
Turmeric.
So a quarter teaspoon a day. Did you know that it is 2,000% more bioavailable with two things? Piperine from black pepper. So here you want to combine it. Quarter teaspoon of beef, and it's fat soluble. So you need some sort of fat with your eggs. Well, the yolk will have it, but I put a tablespoon of ground flax seeds into my shake every day. That flax is fat and it's anti-estrogen. This, I'm sure nobody in the room knows what this is. Okay, a study looked at over 31 foods, everything we eat from Twinkies to apples, okay? This was at the tippity top of the antioxidant scale.
What is it?
It's the Indian gooseberry. No, don't do that. Okay. That's right. So the Indian gooseberry comes in powdered or liquid form. Amla, a tablespoon of this in my shake every day. Tippity top, 75 times more potent than goji berry. Okay.
Now, why is soy here? Because we've heard that you're not supposed to have soy in your diet.
It's a myth. Let's bust it, okay? I was part of the myth telling you, oh, the phytoestrogen, we don't know what that does in your body. Just stay away. Better safe than sorry. Wrong, wrong, wrong. 5 huge studies since 2009 show that if you consume particularly whole food soy, so soybeans, tempeh, miso, these are anti-estrogens in your body. 60% less breast cancer, 29% less death from breast cancer for my survivors.
Wow, my goodness. We only have 30 seconds left. But one thing I want to say, plants, how they help actually is simple things in your
I
home.
know. So pinklotus.com/bulletproof. I've got a whole blog telling you what to do in your home. Plants absorb toxins from the air.
Did you know that?
So the things that we want to think about in terms of what you can do in your home, we've got all of these endocrine disrupting compounds. They're called PDCs. They act like estrogen in your body. We touch them all day. Gas pumps, paper receipts. Wash your hands every day before you eat. Plain old soap is better than antibacterial.
All right. She could go on and on and on. Go to her website.
Okay.
So can you hear me, everybody?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. So, hey, did you guys hear anything you heard of before? How about those green vegetables? How about those berries?
Yep.
How about soy, of course?
That was good.
Those green plants look a little bit like our tower garden, don't they? So here you have one of the famous physicians taking care of Angelina Jolie telling the world out of her Beverly Hills, California practice how to prevent or reduce your risk for breast cancer. It's so nice when other scientists, doctors, and celebrities are doing the, marketing for us, isn't it?
Okay, we're good. I'm back. All
Okay,
right.
Jen.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight. And we will be posting that link on our various Facebook and Voxer. So let's pause the recording.